Hello everyone, what have you been up to lately? Which dramas have you been watching? I have been rewatching That Winter the Wind Blows and it's my third time now. And amongst the ongoing ones have been tuning into Namib and Queen Who Crowns. I was also watching Lee Min-ho's When the Stars Gossip, but honestly, from the third episode onwards, it became almost unbearable to watch because of the lack of chemistry, lack of storyline, and lack of bunch of other things, for which I decided to discontinue watching it. So let's go back to this video in which I will be talking about the recently released episodes 5 and 6 and also a bit about the 2-episode prequel of The Queen Who Crowns Before Sunrise, which was released yesterday. I have watched the first episode of the prequel and I have loved it. Alright, so I did a bit of digging into true history surrounding the events which happened during King Taejong's reign in episodes 5 and 6. The episodes centered around King Taejong trying his best to silently quell the revolt staged by his own father, Emeritus King Taesung Jonha aka King Taejo, who is opposing the current king's rule over the alleged bloodshed which accompanied his path to the throne, following the first and second strife of the princess, which is an event recorded very vividly in Korean history. I think the writers have given very serious thought about the character development, as in contrast to the ongoing Queen Who Crowns, in the prequel, the dynamics between Yi Bang-won and Mrs. Min, who become the king and queen following the strife of the princess, is very different in the initial days when they were housed outside the palace, that of an ordinary couple who are genuinely in love and are each other's strongest supporters. Yes, power changes everything, and a king's position is a lonely one, where he has to constantly protect his throne and maintain a state of equality, even when matters of the heart are concerned. We see him ruthlessly stabbing Yongsil, who he claims to share a bit of affection with, for not keeping her servant in check. He also remains cold to his wife, the woman who used everything in her power to put her husband on the throne. I mean, if bringing concubines to balance the queen's power was not enough of a betrayal of the feelings between husband and wife, but in what awaits, as is evident from the final scene in episode 6, where the birth of King Taejong's and Queen Wongyo's sixth son, Hee-jong, shown to be born in 1405, is of paramount significance, as following a year later in records of history, this is when the bloodbath resumes. This time around, the queen's family is in the center of it all. When the king emeritus returns, he keeps asking his son to keep the Min family in check, who have played a phenomenal role in supporting King Taejong towards his journey in getting the throne. But King Taejong's decision to make Joseon an absolute monarchy meant taking the power away from Queen Won-gyeong's family, following his decision to relocate the capital of Joseon from Gangneung back to Hanyang. So my gut tells me that the following episodes will be high-octane ones, where the series of events leading to Min family's downfall, Queen Won-gyeong's 4 brothers being sent to exile and poisoned to death, leading to the untimely demise of Queen Gyeong's father, and also the stance of King Taejong to make his younger brother crown prince instead of his own sons, as we saw in the preview to episode 7, will certainly be very interesting. I just hope they show a full cycle of how Queen Won-gyeong copes with one betrayal after another, as it is absolutely unfair in her eyes what she has to witness and bear. Yes, we know that her son eventually, her third son, ascends the Joseon throne as Sejong the Great, but surely to see her perspective from the lenses of constant, unending betrayal will be informative to watch. I am looking forward to the next episodes. Are you too? Which scenes have been your favorite till now in the drama? I like the place where the king rushes in the middle of the night to get the queen back to the palace, as when he took another concubine from a prominent family, the queen feels heartbroken, and the moment when the king makes his mind after seeing the empty lighted quarters of the queen made me feel the king just suppresses and hides the love which he holds in his heart for the woman who braced death to realize the dream they dreamt together. It was just heartwarming. Moving on to the first episode of the prequel, which I saw without subtitles. So, to sum up my understanding, in The Queen Who Crowns Before Sunrise, which is a beautiful dive to cover the relationship development between our main leads. The opening scene shows Lee Bang-won engaging in friendly compact with the guards of the Min family. In another scene, Yi Bang-won and Lady Min are shown to rest under a tree where Yi Bang-won lovingly fondles his wife's locks. We also see the political tension present due to the choice of Yi Bang-won's father making Queen Sindeok's second son the crown prince by blindsiding Yi Bang-won's constant contributions of helping his father found Joseon. We get to see how King Taejon and Queen Won-gyong loved each other like how an ordinary couple would, with the prince asking his wife whether she regrets marrying him because of the constant threat which lurks on his life for being born into the royal family. We see scenes where the future king and queen spend time and enjoy reading books, talking about their ideologies and shared dream of making Joseon a land for the people. Chaeryeong and Yeongsil have also been shown to not harbor any ill intent towards Lady Min, who takes care of them like her own. Another interesting facet is we get to see is being a strong-willed and headstrong lady from a prestigious family. In The Queen Who Crowns, we often don't see Queen Won-gyong acting like a submissive wife who yearns to only make the king happy in bed. She holds a mind of her own, is fiercely independent and is opinionated, contrary to the expectations of an ideal wife in Joseon's increasingly Confucian society. The scene where Lady Min takes Yi Bang-won to see the weapons across the lake which she is secretly preparing to aid her husband in his uprising to take the throne is a touching scene, where this fierce lady vulnerably tells Yi Bang-won that she will gracefully go the path which leads to her death, even if it means putting her love above her life for Yi Bang-won's sake. Her love towards her husband is not one which ordinary concubines who try to draw a wedge between the king and queen could ever fathom or understand. That was the best scene for me, where Yi Bang-won takes his beloved's hands when the words reverberate in his ears, the honest and genuine words uttered by Lady Min. The way of her to show her love is walking beside him on whichever path he takes, till death does them apart. Touching. Have you seen the prequel to The Queen Who Crowns yet? Are you enjoying the drama so far? I will keep reviewing this majestic historical drama and tell my take on the second episode of The Queen Who Crowns before sunrise after watching it when it releases in a day or so. The last historical drama which I have thoroughly liked in most recent times has been My Dearest, and I am looking forward to the many historical releases scheduled in 2025 too. I think even though it's early to say, but The Queen Who Crowns is going to be in my top pick of Korean dramas of recent times, simply because of their attention to details and storytelling, providing the narrative doesn't become too fixated only on the king and his concubines, and there is something to look beyond, as a lot will come to light in the upcoming episodes in the life of Queen Won-gyong as being portrayed in the drama. Stay tuned for more updates. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you the next time. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.